Hey Leo, how are you?
Well, nice hat.
Thank you. We have one for you too.
Okay, you'll have to deliver.
We will.
Um, okay, how are things going?
Good.
Good.
Yeah, not really any major updates. Just looked at a couple trucks yesterday, but we got Dominic looking as well with us because we just weren't happy with the one that we saw.
Dominic, the leasing company, Dominic?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize he was willing to do that.
Yeah, he said he would because I just gave him a quick ring to ask if it had to be from a dealership or if it could be a private person. And then he said it doesn't matter, but he's like, well, what are you guys looking for? Told him what we were looking for, and then he said, all right, I'll start looking. So he sent us one this morning, but I haven't heard back from him.
Sorry,
So yeah,
you
he's trying to
you
help us out.
you cut out. He sent you one, but what?
He just hasn't got back to me. I asked him just a couple questions about the truck, and he hasn't got back. But it's Sunday, so
Right.
not
He
too
he
worried.
does he doesn't like working on Sundays.
Yeah, fair.
Um, and understandable. Um, okay. What else is going on?
We got that retaining wall this Thursday, starting work on it. Um, we sent a quote out yesterday, for pouring of the footings for an addition that some guy's doing on his house near us in Brantford.
Okay.
We sent him that quote yesterday. He hasn't got back to us today, but once again, it's Sunday, so not too worried about it.
Okay. We were also going to talk about the website.
Yes.
Yep.
Um, so can you guys write or
Can we write?
yeah, are you good
Like
writers or not so much?
like taking notes or
No, no,
writing.
no. Write content for the websites, the blogs, someone needs to write the content for the websites.
We could write down like a rough one and get Chat GPT to help us out.
Okay. But we also need somebody to build the website. Um, So I'm a little confused as to what our relationship is now because we were heading in a certain direction. I believe we were talking about or going in the direction of the interim CEO, and we were creating a lot of content. We were posting a lot of content on Facebook groups and so on. And I feel that we were months away from seeing results on that. Then we kind of scrapped all that. Now we're starting from scratch. So what is our relationship? How do we work together?
I think it's kind of, I was assuming it was the same way we were going, but now just focused on the change of from Wild Gorgeous Homes to Cutting Edge as like the public view.
Okay.
Because before it was kind of like behind closed doors, it was Cutting Edge, and that's what everything was run through. But to the public and what we post and what we market was Wild Gorgeous Homes. So I think that now it's just kind of switched now.
Switch roles.
Okay. So the face of, sorry, my computer is doing shit because I have a program. Give me a second. I had a program running in the background. It was creating havoc. It's fixed now. Okay, so the face of the company is a cutting edge. Um, so we need to build a website. Gave you some ideas of, building the website is the easy part or is the cheap part. The what's more expensive is the SEO, the search engine optimization part, to actually get it found. Because having a beautiful site somewhere that nobody knows about and you have to send people there, to me, that's kind of useless, right? The site
Yeah.
has to be creating leads. So, um, So if you guys can put together some content for the website, and I would say um, as much as possible, because we're going to need to write blog posts, right? And video posts. So ideally, at least one blog post and one video post per day, right? I know that's going to be a lot. Um,
Now for like a job or just in general?
no,
What would
just
you
just
find?
in general, think about who the people are they're going to use your services and what kind of topics would you like to engage with, right? Um, one of the ideas that I've had um, is create like a river from the front yard to the backyard, and it looked like it's a natural river. You didn't see the river behind the house, but there is a river behind the house. And it would be nice if there was a meandering, if that's a word, river throughout the backyard, around the tennis court, and around the other side, and doing some bridges, some stone bridges, and creating some appeal. And behind the tennis court, I've always had the vision that I wanted to have, like there was a church back there that was demolished, right? Um, and you see the outline of the window. You know how church windows look like,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
one of the facades is still up. And you can see the window, but it becomes an outside room, and we can entertain guests and people in the demolished church. So creating outside rooms, as an example. And the tennis court is freaking ugly, right?
Yeah.
So how do we and here are some perfect ideas. Take someone's yard who looks half decent, and make it better,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Here's your yard that looks good, but here are some ideas to make it 10 times better, right?
Yeah.
Water features, I'm just spitballing here.
Yeah.
So
There's thousands of ways to make,
yeah.
you know,
And now you have 1,000 ways of creating blogs, and use other people's videos to repurpose for your own, until we can, change them with your own real authentic videos.
yeah.
But we need, you know, thousands of hours of content for the website in order to rank. And you got to figure out what the strategy is. So because if you say you're going to do one post per day, Google is going to expect one post per day. If you skip a day, I don't know if a day is going to make a big difference, but if all of a sudden you change that, it's going to screw up Google's algorithm, because they're going to send bots every day to get the updates, right?
Mhm.
So if you can't do one post a day, don't start one post a day.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is where the virtual assistants would come in, because they would create at least one post a day, and we could maintain that with no problem. Um, so those ideas are what you're building relationships with future potential clients, and they in turn will say, well, if you can do that, how much will it cost, right? Now
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're talking, you're building the next client. And if you're the one presenting ideas to them, you're the trusted expert that's in front of them, and very rarely will they go out and say, for competing bids, because you came up with the idea, you're the expert, and most of the time there is no competing bids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if they ask for too much detail, can you break down the material and labor cost? They're looking for other bids,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So then that way you can play with the prices to make sure you stay ahead.
Mhm.
And the other thing that we've done in the past was for condo towers, right? I told you about that project, and we used a water feature. We commissioned an artist to create this water feature, and we used the water feature to create the wow factor in the design to get the larger projects. So, and that's something that we should be connecting with, landscape architects who have, very unique water features, or people that specialize. I have a guy in the US that will build anything out of steel, right? But he's
Yeah.
not very imaginative, so we need to give him the design. So if we find a design on the internet, he can build it, right? So I'm sure we can find people like that here as well, and we present the ideas. We know someone who will build the water feature, and you guys will do the excavation and everything else, right?
Yeah. Okay, I like that. So we should look for create my notes here for to do here.
Landscape architect and build some relationships, look around and see their
Yeah,
portfolios and whatnot.
yeah. And we still need those VAs. There's a ton of work we are not doing, and we are going to pay for it. Summer is almost at an end, and spring is going to be here very quickly,
Yeah.
and we're not going to be ready for spring at the rate we are going, and I'm very concerned about that.
Okay.
So, and how one VA or was it two?
Oh, well, I mean, if you give me three VAs, I'll keep them busy, but let's at least get one, or let's at least get two, because one is not going to work out. And the reason why we start with three is chances are we're going to choose the best one out of the three,
Mhm.
because the other two are not going to work out, right? So we know that already.
Did that one ever get back to you? The one that like the grandparents were all dying and
Yeah, he keeps saying up until I gave up on him. He keeps saying, "Yeah, next month, 2 weeks, we'll start on Monday," and I just give up on him.
yeah, he's just
Yeah, I
Fair.
mean, but then again, the salary we were offering him compared to what he was making, and he kept saying, he's more interested in building a business than he is for a salary. So I believed him, and I shouldn't have believed him. So actually, I'll reach out to him and say, hey, is it the salary that's stopping you from working?
yeah.
Yeah,
But then,
fair what the issue is.
yeah. Um, so we need someone to build a website. Do you want to find someone on your own, or do you want to use my people? What do you want to do?
Well, I do know of my brother's good friend that he broke some samples of websites that he's built in the past.
Okay, you completely cut out, but what I heard is you have someone who can build it for you.
Yeah, we're going to look at a few websites, I believe that it's his brother's friend.
Yes, but I'm just unsure of his skills.
Well, again, as long as it's a dynamic site, it's not a stagnant site, and it's interesting. We use colors, and everything's laid out, user friendly. That's fine. Like I said,
Okay.
most of the work is in the and make sure there's a blog, there's a site map, I mean, they should know all this stuff, and it should be
Yeah.
built so it's SEO friendly to begin with. So when the people start doing the SEO, they don't have to redesign the website. So I mean,
Yeah.
he should
Okay.
know all this if he's a professional. So get a price from him, but before you commit with him, let me know what the price is. Um,
All right.
and let me know when he can be done, right? Because if he's going to take forever, then that's going to be a problem as well.
Yeah, fair. Okay. I'll reach out to him, connect this week.
Um, okay. Um, and we should also reach out to the wrap companies. We were talking about doing the van, because now we're throwing them a curveball. because we had a price for the Mercedes Sprinter van, so we should figure out what type of truck.
Yeah, we're really gonna crunch down from now till, say, Kurt, you want to say till Wednesday on finding a truck, and or maybe till Friday, and next
Yeah.
weekend, Saturday, we'll either go look at it or something. We'll figure it out. So then we have an idea of what the actual vehicle is we're getting, or in the hindsight, and then we can send off to the wrap place a actual idea and kind of what we've the placements and whatnot of what we've been thinking.
Yeah, I'd like to have a truck by like Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay. Well, I like the deadline of
Okay.
Friday or the weekend, next weekend. But Monday, we should make a decision, choose the best one you find. But the thing is with the wrap companies, their design department produce crap. So you guys need to tell them what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would
Okay.
be us. Yeah. I would like that rather. I mean, like showing up and showing them something that we've kind of sketched out ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our own
Because
kind of
they always make it way too busy, and they don't design it for the
yeah.
1 second test. So yeah. And the boss is okay. You're still in good terms with the boss, no problems there.
Oh,
Yeah, nothing
yeah.
with us. We're still fine.
Okay. Okay.
I think that's, yeah, I got no more questions.
Okay. All right, let's get to work on the truck. I'll call the social media manager guy, and we need to do some work to find other people. I'm thinking you guys need to create your own account with
On the
the
PH staff or
yeah,
the virtual staff. Yeah.
yeah. Pay for the year. We're going to need it. Using somebody else's site is not working, and we wasted a lot of time. See, and this is what happens when we try and save money. It costs us a lot of money, right?
Okay.
So I don't know if it's $200 a year or something, but
I think it was like
we
130 or one something like that, 136 or
yeah.
I remember seeing that number.
Yeah, had we paid that, I'm sure we would have had that back in the work that the VAs would have been doing in terms of
Okay.
landed jobs. So let's
All
do
right.
that as well. All right, we'll talk later.
Yes, sir.
Well, you have a good night.
And
Okay.
and again, we need to start working on social media. I'm thinking I need to interview you now that we have a name. I'm thinking I need to interview you guys live on TikTok to start promoting the company name. And get a date from the website guy, because it would be nice if we listed a website and they could actually go there and it's live. So
Yeah.
talk to him, give me a date, and let's interview you sometime next week. Start working on questions you want me to ask you to put you in the right light. Okay.
Okay.
All right, we'll
Yes.
talk later. Bye.
Thank you.
Great,
Bye.
Leo. Take care.